Well, hello.
Good afternoon.
It's good afternoon. It
Yeah,
is
it's afternoon.
1 o'clock.
Yeah,
Thursday,
like always,
right? Like every week, like it was last week, like
like
it will be
clockwork.
next
Well,
week.
that's just the way it is.
Welcome to Opposite Saxes. She's the opposite of me.
Not always. No, there's a lot of times we agree.
Yeah, once in a while.
No,
But
we would have to after all these years.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right on that point. Well, hey, thanks for being with us. And we are brought to you by our good friends over at No Sweat Experts. No Sweat Experts. What are they? Well, they are in the DFW area. So if you're watching us from the state of Washington or something, I'm sorry, they don't service out there. But for those that are in the DFW, in fact, I think almost all the way up to Oklahoma,
Yeah.
they cover the DFW Metroplex, and they are the nicest people. I mean, it's like having a family member come into your house, not twice a year, but 4 times a year to check on your system, make sure everything is fine, change out the filters, and I'll keep an eye, and they keep records of everything that they do in every visit. Devin is our go-to guy. He comes to see us and he watches and he makes a record because one of these days he told us we'll probably have to replace the air conditioning system. But he even said there's a lot of companies out there that as soon as they start to see something, right away they tell you, oh, you need a whole new system.
No, he's very good.
He says, no, you probably got another year, maybe 2. We'll keep an eye on it.
Right.
And when I notice something, then we'll move.
He does not go nutsy over it.
And that's the kind of a heating and air conditioning company that you want, is a family owned local people that really care about their customers instead of these mega companies. No Sweat Experts. Give them a call. The boxes behind us and all. It was interesting. We actually watched a report about this, and that they were saying that there's been lots of behind the scenes changes in packaging. What do we mean by that? You have to be a little diligent now when you go shopping for the things you've always been shopping for, because what they're doing is a lot of the manufacturers, in order to make more money, that's what it's all about, they will reduce the quantity that's in the package, but not change the packaging. What do I mean by that? If you went out and bought a bag of potato chips, and it was say it's $1.50 for the bag of potato chips, and it was 16.9 ounces
for $1.50.
Well, I'm just throwing that out.
That's good.
You will find that now that bag of potato chips could be $1.60 or $1.70, and it's got 15.9 ounces instead of 16.9 ounces. Same packaging, everything. They did just change the amount that's in the bag. Well, the bottom line is 1 less ounce per package adds up to millions of dollars for the manufacturer. And what you see right behind us, the cereal companies are ones that are very, very, much
cereal and chips, I think.
But even the one of the things that they pointed out was your household cleaners, where you used to buy a bottle of something that was 24 ounces, it may only have 23 ounces. It's the same bottle. And it may even have a new little sign that says new improved formula, to make you think that you're getting something that's upgraded and brand new, but there may be less of a quantity in that spray bottle, pour bottle, whatever.
And tell everyone what this is called.
And they've given it a name, which I think is really clever. It's called Shrinkflation.
Right.
Shrinkflation. And the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, is now looking into unfair practices in a lot of companies. Now, you buy a gallon of milk, there's going to be a gallon in it. That's a given, because anything that's sold by the quart, by the pint, by the gallon, it has to have a gallon,
Mhm.
because a gallon is a gallon. There's no way to cut it. But it's when things are in measurable amounts.
Like the peripherals. Yeah.
Well, like almost everything else that you buy. You know,
Well,
a
not
bag of
everything.
anything, a box
Not
of
everything.
anything, a container of something.
I just can't believe that we are the only ones noticing this. I'm sure everybody out there has noticed it. And it's been not just lately, it's been a while now.
Well, they've
Since
been doing it,
COVID,
and it's not
probably.
something they announce. That's why I say,
why would you announce it?
but the point is, very often these companies will now update their packaging a little
Right.
bit. It'll say
Correct.
new improved, or they go from large size to family size. And now the price goes up a little bit, but now that family size package has exactly the same amount in it as the large size.
Right.
It's trickery.
It
really
is, but unfortunately, those of us that come to rely on certain products, you throw it in your basket and you're aggravated and you're upset, but you throw it in your basket because you need it, you want it, whatever the reason. You're used to it, whatever the reason, and you just have to go along with it. And there are other times that I think that we all try and switch brands, or although it doesn't really matter because everybody is doing the same thing.
That's what the stores kind of want you to do too, is instead of going and buying the Cheerios brand, you go in and you buy the store brand, which is called, something, not Cheerios, but it might just be called Oat-O's or whatever. But that the packaging may be similar, but it's to get the consumer to say, do I want to buy the brand name for this price, or do I buy the other box, which again, compare the quantity in it too, because the store brand should have about the same quantity in their box, but it could be $1.50 less. Now, we all know that the local grocery store brand, they don't manufacture Oat-O's cereal.
They pay the big brand name.
They just pay for packaging, or get the brand name to come out with another package and put the same cereal in it,
but with a different name,
with the store brand. And the branded gets a percentage of what the house brand gets. But we all have a tendency, when you go and you buy things like condiments, ketchup, and mustard. I mean, unless you're going to sit there and really analyze the ingredients on the back, what is the difference between Kroger mustard and Heinz mustard or French's mustard? It's probably the same ingredients and the same breakdown, and it was probably produced by French's.
Could very well have been, but we don't know that.
No,
and we won't know that.
No, and I'm a stickler. I always look. I mean, very often when you see the large size or the family size, in most of the stores, it'll show you what the cost is per ounce. So if you get the small size, because that's all you really need, I mean, how often do you use mustard and ketchup?
Maybe a lot of people
use
it in recipes.
Well, then you buy the jumbo size.
Yeah.
But if the small size is 27 cents per ounce, and then you get the large size, and that's now down to 22 cents an ounce, but the jumbo size is 18 cents an ounce, it's worth it to buy the jumbo size.
I give you a lot of credit. You go down those aisles and that's what you do.
Yeah.
And you take it to the ounce, price per ounce.
You walk over to the shelf, you say, that's the one I want.
That's it. No, and I will look at the generics or the other brands. Absolutely, I will. And if there's a big price difference, yes. Unless it's something that I have to use that other more expensive brand for one reason or another. But I just can't stand there and at the calculator and no,
That,
that's why you do more shopping than I do.
yeah. And again, I think my mind goes nutsy when I go there. I do look at that a lot.
Yeah,
Because
you
for
do.
instance, their salad dressings, that's a real
Mhm.
good one. You've got what, 30 different brands of salad dressing.
Mhm.
So if you want to go and buy ranch dressing, we all know that Hidden Valley is probably the best known name in ranch dressing. But everybody else has got it. Kraft has got it.
Mhm.
Uh, what's his name? Paul Newman's own.
Paul Newman.
You know, any of the brands all have a ranch dressing. Now, if you want to take the time to look and see what the ingredients are, maybe one's got more sugar in it.
Yeah, the taste
than,
is going to be
than the other.
different. I would think a little
Well,
bit.
you would think that they would make it a little bit different, like Marie Callender's. Marie Callender's was always, like a premium type
Right.
of salad dressing,
Right.
and it was thick and creamy, and all, and a definite difference. Does your salad know the difference? I don't know, but there are some people that will pay $4 a bottle for Marie Callender's instead of Wishbone, which might be a
If
$1.99.
I'm having a party, I might just for that, for the salad to make it taste, just give it a little oomph or something different. But yeah, normal usage, we can get along with the basics.
Yeah, and again, I mean, sometimes you develop a taste
Mhm.
for something, and you're more into that than I am,
Oh yeah.
because very often you can tell the difference between the house brand margarine and a branded margarine. And you will say, I won't buy the house brand and all because I know the difference. I
When you're
don't,
cooking,
I don't,
you don't
yeah,
cook with it so much. You just go and you shop
yeah,
it.
yeah. Like butters, Land O'Lakes or something is what we all grew up with
Mhm.
that I
Mhm.
remember. And there was a certain taste about Land O'Lakes, but when you get a house brand or something like that, it might taste a little bit different. When it's mixed into whatever you're cooking, I don't know if I can taste the difference.
Well,
You seem to be able to.
yeah, no, I can't. And the ingredients make a big difference too. That I definitely look at, and how much sugar is in it, how much sodium, what the cholesterol content is,
Right.
the whole thing. You're starting to get there, but I've caught you a couple times, and
Well,
it's okay.
and you also are that way with fresh produce. That we have a kind of tendency to get the blueberries and strawberries and everything from Driscoll
Oh yeah.
and all, and sometimes if I see that the Driscoll is $1
Are we supposed to be naming names?
we can, why not?
I don't know.
People are thinking about that out there too. They're taking notes.
Maybe they don't have
Oh,
Driscolls.
they no, they're taking notes
Think?
on
Oh,
our show.
okay.
I know they are, because this
Oh,
is
I'm impressed then.
this is an educational program. I mean, we just told them that next time you go in, although they probably don't remember that their Raisin Nut brand cereal that they used to get had 19.3 ounces in the box, and now it's got 18.6 ounces. They might look at it and say the package looks the same, but how do you know that there's less cereal? And we all know
Well,
that when you go up, especially chips, that's my
that's the
bugaboo.
worst.
You walk up there and it's got this family size bag, which is, nice and big and fluffy and all. And as soon as you get home and you open up the bag and you look in there and you realize, where's the other
Are you
half
Yeah, right. But
bag
are
of
you kidding
product?
me? When you take it off the shelf and it's in your hand,
Yeah.
you can tell. I
Yeah.
mean, come on. And that's what I resent. Do they really think we're that ignorant? But see, people were buying it anyway.
They're saying that they need
So
all that extra air in the bag and all to keep the chips fresh.
yeah, right. Okay, whatever.
Or like the
But people are still buying. If people would say no, maybe it wouldn't be as bad as it is today. But at any rate, I sorry that I got you in the middle of your Driscoll story. But yes, it doesn't necessarily have to be the best blueberry, strawberry, raspberry around.
And it's funny because sometimes we have got, especially lately with strawberries, we have bought like the store brand or you know, an I don't want to
You
say
gotta be careful.
an off
Yeah,
brand,
yeah.
and all of a sudden we cut them in and slice them. We say, boy, these are really good. These are sweet, and it just might be California's best or something like that. It wasn't
Well,
a brand name that you recognize.
but with some of this, the raspberries and the blueberries and even the strawberries, you can tell by looking through the clear container. You can tell if those blueberries are teeny tiny ones. I
But
don't care what the taste is.
yeah,
I just, I don't know. I question it.
and it'll surprise you though sometimes, because sometimes the little teeny tiny ones have more flavor than the great big fat jumbo
That's possible. Yeah, I'll give you that.
blueberries.
Well, I hope we've just tuned everybody into it. I'm sure they are. I'm sure we're late on this.
Well, but now everybody knows what shrinkflation is.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're going to sit around the dinner table tonight and they're going to talk about. I watched Opposite Saxes this morning and I learned about
You
shrinkflation.
really think so?
I know so.
Okay.
We're going to get comments from across the country about, thank you for informing us about shrinkflation.
And you're welcome.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And come back and see us again next week. And we'll give you some more information that you can either
Sure.
absorb or toss out. But
Yeah, that's more like it. Have a good week, folks.
we'll be here. Bye.
Bye.